You know, I don't know if you guys have heard this past week, AlIison Mack pled guilty to being part of that sex cult. And they say she get the max of 40 years in prison. And I highly doubt she get that much jail time, but then again, you never know. They might want to make an example out of somebody, you know, and whatnot. But the thing is, this chick was immensely popular at one time. She could have had any dude she wanted. She could have had any woman she wanted. Because right now, as it stands, she's married, or at least she was. I don't know how true it is, but she's supposed to be married to a woman that was played on Battlestar Galactica, the reimagined version that was on Sci-Fi about 15, 16 years ago. It's been a while now. If not even that long, probably about maybe 13, 14 years ago. But anyways, she's supposed to be married, and I always thought AlIison liked dudes, but I think she had got her heart broken, and then she was on Smallville, and I guess people live in a bubble. Because there were a lot of dudes, but I guess, it's one thing. You have fans, everybody think you're stalkerish and shit. Matter of fact, tonight, I don't know if you guys saw it, but there's a woman was named Rebecca Schaefer that 30 years ago was killed by a stalker. Now, Rebecca Schaefer had played got a start on One Life to Live, and she played in the show My Sister Sam with Pam Dawber. Now, those of you who know Pam Dawber, you know with Mark and Mindy played Mindy, and the husband is I forget his name. He's on NCIS. Mark Harmon, yeah, and whatnot. And I guess in Hollywood, when you get fan letters and people talk about how beautiful you are, you don't know they stalkers or not. So all she had to do is entertain, is be around other people in Hollywood or the mover and shakers. So it's kind of hard for people in Hollywood to find true love. And I guess she thought she had it, and I think he broke her heart from what I read somewhere, because they were supposed to be engaged to get married. But the reason why I bring that up is because white women, like black women, but white women more so, when they get a broken heart, they reach out to look for some belonging. They want to internalize their feelings to the point where people can come and manipulate them to the point where it's laughable. But then they want to project on other women what their guys are doing. But the thing is, this chick was famous. There were dudes drooling over her. No matter the ethnicity. I know a lot of people sit there now and, yeah, you're right. Yeah, there was a lot of dudes drooling over AlIison Mack at one time. Let's call it what it was, because let's be honest with you, she carried the show a lot, because she was the only actor on that show besides Michael Rosenbaum. I mean, everybody else came in late and started acting a little bit later. She'd been acting since she was like, what, 5, 6, 7, like that? But the reason why I bring this up is because to tell you that you can have everything and still fuck it up somehow. Now, my thing is, I'm not angry at AlIison Mack. I just think it's unfair how the media has treated this story as basically as a non-story with given points. Now, with the Me Too movement, you would think that AlIison Mack would be the villain, would be a big time villain, because she blackmailed other women into joining this cult to have sex with this 50-some-year-old man. This man is old enough to be her dad, and she was, and these other women were starving themselves. Because if y'all look at any of her recent images before they got caught, she had lost a shitload of weight. And my thing is, I'm watching these entertainment shows, and they keep making like she's a victim. Maybe when she first got caught up in it, you could call her a victim, because her former co-star introduced her to this. But once you have a breakup or a broken heart or a traumatic experience, people prey on that, and they played on it. But because she was so popular, he used her to go be a recruiting tool. And it worked for a while. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to play some audio. And I want y'all to listen to how they talk about this story. So I come back and give you my rest of my commentary.
I'm just taking a break from the show. I'm about to start working again in about a week. And yeah, I'm just taking about a month and a half off, and then we get right back to work. So don't have much time to do anything else.
That's AlIison Mack back in 2002. At the time, she was seen each week on Smallville. But last year, she was indicted for sex trafficking, and yesterday she pled guilty to 2 counts, including racketeering conspiracy.
This story is wild. This all stems from her role as a high-ranking member in a, quote, self-help group called Nexium that doubles as an alleged secret sex cult.
Sentencing is September 11th. She faces up to 40 years in prison. The story is wild, a lot to unpack. Rebecca Sun, co-author of the Hollywood Reporter article on AlIison, breaks it all down.
AlIison Mack was, during her Smallville heyday, one of...
Sorry about that. I hate when the stuff don't play like it's supposed to. Let me try this again.
I'm just taking a break from the show. I'm about to start working again in about a week. And yeah, I'm just taking about a month and a half off, and then we...
But, there's no evidence that AlIison actually knew any of them personally, and so it's pretty doubtful that they responded.
People who, it seems like, her ultimate goal was to promote the teachings and objectives of Nexium leader Keith Raniere. In his 2017 video posted to YouTube, the two discussed one of his personal growth courses.
If you have a fear of pain, you have a fear of knowing your own love. And love comes not from the receiving, it comes from the giving.
He really had a way with these women that made them feel like he was the only one who understood them. He was the only one who could treasure them.
They preyed on her strengths. She's a very humanitarian person. She wants to make the world a better place. She wants to help people. And they preyed on that beauty that is her. What is Nexium? Dynasty actress Catherine Oxenberg stopped by our set in September, describing daughter India's harrowing experience with Nexium, which she details in her book, Captive. It's based on a master-slave hierarchy, and they're recruiting young, beautiful women to have sex with Keith Raniere. He was like my age, he was mid-50s. And they're putting them on these very strict diets, between 500 and 800 calories a day. Yeah. They were sleep deprived. Keith reportedly controlled a harem of more than a dozen women, forcing them to turn over sexually compromising photos as a form of insurance against leaving the group. I've heard of women, many women, signing lifelong vows to only have sex with Keith. In the A&E docu-series Cults and Extreme Belief, former Nexium member Sarah Edmonton also recalls being held down and branded with a hot cauterizing pen.
The night of the branding.
Where did that happen?
The actual branding itself was at AlIison Mack's home.
AlIison Mack's home. The brand formed a scarf containing a combination of both Keith and AlIson's initials, a physical trauma that Sarah says is the least of her worries.
I actually think that the branding doesn't even compare to the other emotional abuses that have been going on for decades.
They're there to learn, and then you have the person who's teaching them, having sex with them as part of their growth. If that's what he wants to do, that should be on the website.
We're all, though, looking for something to belong to. I hate that someone has preyed on that.
Absolutely. Well, Raniere's trial is about to begin, and he could face life in prison.
We're watching.
Coming up, Scott.
Now, I apologize because it was a part where they mentioned Kelly Clarkson and Emma Thomas, I believe that's her name is, from the Harry Potter films, because AlIison has sent emails to them, and they never respond. And more than likely, they didn't respond because they didn't think AlIison Mack was on their level. You have to understand, Emma was a part of the Harry Potter franchise, and she wasn't going to go slumming around with a television actress. They just keep it real. Even though AlIison Mack was popular, she was comic book weekly TV show CW popular. That's why I should explain it. And Kelly Clarkson, Reba. And she's in Reba world. Reba is a mother-in-law. So you better believe Reba like, well, yeah, I know of her when I was over at the CW. And Kelly Clarkson, she married. So she ain't running off. Now, if she was single and she was still trying to figure out her image, Kelly Clarkson would have been over there. You know what I mean? But she's a mother. She rebranded herself as country. She's married to Reba McEntire's son. She got a shorty or two now. She ain't going nowhere. She wasn't gonna get into that shit. But AlIison, she got into it because, like most women, they chase after the wrong dude to get a broken heart, and some dude seasoned. They vulnerable. And they want to belong to shit. And white women are notorious for this shit. I'm not saying that black women don't do dumb shit when they come down to following groups of men, but white women get into these type of cults. Like a lot of times they disappear. A lot of them be in these cults. A lot of people think they dead. They disappear. We've heard of stories of white women pop up 10, 15, 40 years have gone by, and what happened? I just had to give up my life. No, you chased after somebody. I mean, look with Charles Manson. Look what those women did for Charles Manson. They killed people. They killed Sharon Tate. Even before Charles Manson died, there were women that was born years after the Manson murders. And they was so we love Charles, we married. And the media wouldn't treat them as pariahs. And that's why women like AlIison Mack does it. But the reason why she got caught is because Catherine Oxenberg, even though Dynasty was popular back in the day, she's not as popular as she is now. She still got some money, some juice in Hollywood. And she went to Entertainment Tonight, Access Hollywood, and started yapping, which a mother should do if she sees her child, male or female, in harm's way. But the thing is that the media basically gave AlIison a pass. Now, I've theorized because Warner Brothers said, oh, you guys want access to our shows and our stars, we ain't going to be talking about AlIison Mack too much. And then the Me Too movement is a joke because right there, Alyssa Milano could have said something. She hasn't said nothing. A coach, what's a coach? You know, the one was out there talking about Harvey Weinstein. Rose McGowan. All these white women have been out here yelling about Bill Cosby and Chris Brown, R. Kelly, and Michael Jackson, or any black man that's been accused of something, whether they did it or didn't. They've been out there yelling their name. Ashley Judd, Leah Dunham, none of them have said anything about AlIison Mack and them. And my thing, it shows racism. It shows that if you are a white woman and you voluntarily go get your ass caught up in something that's demeaning or use you sexually, you don't want no responsibility. Because these women were adults. All of them were over the age of 18. They chose to go listen to some dude, you gotta only have sex with me. You only gotta take so many calories. Do I feel sorry for AlIison Mack and them? No. Because for years, y'all talk about women empowerment. That's why I laugh when I hear women talk about this empowerment, because y'all just chasing after, waiting for the next aggressive dude with a dick to come along and make you submit. And that's what they did. Dude used her, and I'm going to tell you, she going to have to get jail time. They went to her house. They used her house. Her initials right along with his is branded into these women's body. But see how they kept, every time she was in New York. Her lawyers went to the judge, can she go travel to California, be with her family? Because that's where her family is from. They said, sure. Okay. Then she go back again, can she go try to go to school, work? She know her acting career is pretty much done. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, her co-star, Sam Jones III, it was reported in all the papers. Former Smallville star Sam Jones III was caught selling drugs. Then when he got to tell his story, way the media report, they thought that he was the one, the kingpin. He said he had a friend that he thought was a good friend, got caught up in something. You know how when they say you ride in a car, even though it ain't your drugs, but if it's in the car with you, even your friend got it, you going to jail too. That's how they got him. They act like Sam don't even exist over at Warner Brothers when it comes down to the Smallville franchise and whatnot. But the thing is, people was making off-color jokes at conventions and online. But they had a reunion with what's the name? Tom Lovell played Clark Kent, Michael Rosenbaum played Lex Luthor, John Glover played Lionel Luthor. Old girl, I can't think of her name right now, played the Black Canary, and Laura Vanderroot, who played Supergirl. And from what I saw, not one person mentioned AlIison Mack. Because guess what they told him? You do it, we bounce. Michael Rosenbaum sort of gave an answer and walked away from it, but they're not going to throw him under the bus. And then you had John Snyder had issues. He was with Smallville. The media glossed over that. Even his former co-star on Dukes and Hazzard, who did a guest episode on Smallville, had issues with women. They glossed over that as well. But see, white folks get that protection. But the Me Too movement decided, and I told y'all a long time ago, even before they decided the concept of Me Too movement or Time's Up, they wanted to make the black man the face of sexual deviance. They got Bill Cosby in jail on hearsay, and they labeled him a rapist in the media. I was just reading a book about The View where they said Barbara Walters was mad at Whoopi Goldberg because Whoopi was defending Bill Cosby. Because in the book they said Barbara Walters was mad because Whoopi was defending a rapist. But they never said nothing about Whoopi Goldberg defending Mel Gibson and them. Remember John, what's his name? John, whatever his name is on HBO, that white guy, the Glad Show come on Sunday. He roasted Whoopi Goldberg to the point she had to come back on The View the next day and throw Cosby under the bus. But you don't hear no jokes about AlIison Mack. You hear no Deborah Norbers on Inside Edition. You didn't hear no Gloria Allred say let's go lawyer up, any of that. Nah, they keep their focus on black men. I mean, you have Bill Cosby in jail on hearsay. But they got evidence that AlIison Mack and them was branding people. They was not only having sex with Kiefer Neer, but they was having sex with her. This dude was making these women have sex with each other and him. And these entertainment shows in the news media, well, AlIison Mack of Smallville, or actors, they don't even say Smallville anymore. They say AlIison Mack. The other day they treated it as a non-story. They had women in a cult. But the Me Too movement, they glossed over that. You didn't hear Tarana Burke talking about women being held high. That's why when they go missing, a lot of them don't go missing. Y'all remember that woman said she was jogging and she disappeared for how many months? Then all of a sudden, I think it was either on Thanksgiving or Christmas. Around that time, they found her and she don't want to talk about it. Nah, like I said, these women join these sex clubs, these cults, and they get caught up in it. Or they be trafficked to other countries and shit. Or they willingly get involved in this stuff. But for the media, excuse me, they have selective memory or outrage about this is very glaring. And that's why I say we as black people, especially those of us who report the news or give our opinion or both, we need to keep in mind our community and others that, yo, how y'all gonna hold us to these high unrealistic standards? Or how you going to ignore this part of the story and then tell that part of the story? AlIison, she deserved jail time. I don't care how much of a fan I was of her on Smallville. She got women, she blackmailed other women, tell us the juiciest secrets, or show us in compromised positions, and we'll use it as blackmail material. And then you got to vow to be his concubine, so to speak. You had to give your body to him. You had to live a certain way. You had to look a certain way. This is why a lot of black men say, quit following these white women. A lot of them are fucked in the head about their sexuality and their identity and their role in society. Treat me like an equal. Treat me like you treat me like I was a man. Then when you do, but I'm a woman. For hundreds of years, their sexuality has never been judged. What I mean by sexuality, you know, they can go out there and have sex with a football team, baseball team, and still be called the girl next door. Black woman been with one person all her life, she's a slut. Let's just keep it real. AlIison played, she was a madam. That's basically what she was. Like Heidi was that Heidi Fleischman, the madam. What's that madam? And people was treating her like, well, she was wrong. But then again, they was giving her interviews and she's writing books and stuff. See, what it is that they're gonna criminalize our sexuality. They're gonna criminalize our women's sexuality. They're gonna when Hugh Hefner was getting women take off their clothes, pose a Playboy, even though he was ushering a sexual revolution in, so to speak, he was still exploiting women to a certain degree, and they went along with it, and they rationalized, and they told themselves, it's cool me showing my naughty bits. But then shame other women in doing it. Like when I hear people talk about Kim Kardashian, how she became famous, y'all do know that Pamela Anderson became famous because she posed nude in Playboy. All these other women posed nude for Playboy, and y'all criticizing a black female rapper. She's going around showing she's shaking her ass. Look at Nicki Minaj. Yeah, she look weird with the fake ass, but still, y'all gonna pass judgment on them? Y'all let us within our community pass judgment on those women. Here it is, Oprah not one time said, and Reese Witherspoon, none of them say anything about this. But everybody had an opinion about R. Kelly. He is wrong. He's messing with underage women. He's messing with young women. But Keith Raniere is old enough to be these women daddy. And y'all don't find that weird? Y'all don't find the fact that he's telling people, I have to brand you? You brand cattle. They used to brand slaves like that. And everybody want to play like they got amnesia all of a sudden. On The View. You know, they're going to talk about this on The View? They're not going to talk about another white woman like this, especially a young white woman. Because I guarantee them white women go home, they get slapped around. Husbands call all kinds of bitches. They'd be the first one to project on black women. Don't let your man, don't do this. That's why when Goldie Taylor and all them black women was on TV talking about Ray Rice and all these other brothers, and you had white women in the background yelling like, y'all let these white women yell in y'all ear, but they go home, they submit to their husbands. They telling y'all don't need to get married, but they run and got married. Hell, even the lesbians went and got married. But they want to project on y'all. They want to ignore certain aspects. This shit been talked right along at Me Too because there are women out here that exploit women too. There are women who are predators too. AlIison was a predator. AlIison used to fame her money, and dude knew it. He took advantage, and he got it. He got it in a vulnerable state. But see, these people want to be these touchy-feely, these gurus and shit, and they get in, the weak-minded people. And don't think because they're on TV, they got money, they not susceptible to the same crap that you and I are susceptible to. But maybe because they're wealthy, they got more people coming at them in a certain way. Do I feel sorry for her? Fuck no. My thing is why is the media ignoring her in these other cases where these women get caught doing questionable things? Like these little girls, the other day was a girl disappeared, went off with a neighbor or somebody she knew was 40-something years old. Come on, that just don't happen. I don't care how much dude whisper in your ear. You ran off. Law and Order did an episode the other night about a girl having sex with a stepfather. Talking about she love him. I'm not to make him feel like a woman. That's what a lot of these females do. And the thing is, the reason why they don't want to talk about this story too long, because a lot of doors are starting to be popping open. See, they want to project that they control their sexuality. They want to make it like they got class and crap. Remember, Leah Dunham even molested her own sister. Remember when she put marbles in her sister's vagina? Leah Dunham and Amy Schumer got mad because some black guy wasn't throwing his penis in their direction. Trust me on this. And I'm not saying all, but enough of them have sexual deviant, and they project on everybody else. Every week we hear a story of a white female teacher fucking around with kids. And y'all talk about, well, why a grown man or want to be around a bunch of kids? Y'all never question these white women that say they want to be around kids all day, especially when they're young. You 24, you 22, 24 years old. it's one thing you say, I want to teach children to help them learn the world, but I want to influence their little young minds. Yeah, you want to influence them. Mary Kay Letourneau was warned back in the 90s. Stop messing with her student, her grammar school age student, not high school age, grammar school. They put her in jail. She kept like, F y'all. They doing reports on TV about her the last few years, and ain't nobody judging her. Ain't nobody saying she's sick. They're gonna protect white women, they image, no matter how twisted a lot of it is. When black men were lynched, they used to tell their husbands, chop his penis off. They kept it on a jar on a mantle. Some women even played with a rotten penis. This is why the so-called dildo is a very popular sexual toy. Black one at that. See, a lot of us don't want to talk about these things because we get all squeamish and shit. No, call it what it is. She manipulated the system. She tried to manipulate the system like these other white women are. Oh, we need help. And if you notice, every time something happened to them, it's always sexual. It's always sexual. When they attack, he did this to me sexually. He invaded my sex. It's always sex, sex, sex. Like I said, I'm not saying other communities don't do shit like this, but the majority of them coming from the white community. And regardless if she's an A-list, B-list, or C-list celebrity, this shit been talked about. But y'all want to project the black men and black women as sexual deviants, or more so the black men. They didn't talk about this on the talk for a long period of time, or these other shows. I was watching them off and on. I go on different social media sites. They all connected to YouTube. They glanced over it. But they want you to think that Bill Cosby and R. Kelly and them were the worst of the worst on the planet. Every week you get a teacher at grammar school, high school, caught doing something with a student. They had that TV show on. The teachers union complained about that because you know why? Number one, you're seeing a crap load of white women. Number two, people are starting to realize that this is a regular thing. So this is why I say the Me Too movement is racial in its execution. Gloria Allred didn't even get involved in this, but she got involved in the R. Kelly thing. Look how fast she got R. Kelly, but she didn't get involved in this. Michael Avenatti didn't get involved in this. Why? Every time a white woman go missing in this country, the whole country slow down. A lot of these women went and got to put themselves in harm's way, and now they try to change laws to excuse their questionable behaviors and things. Now, do I think AlIison Mack gonna get 40 years? I don't think so, but then again, you never know. But I highly doubt it. Look how everybody making excuses for Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman. Well, Felicity may not get as many years, or she might get a slap on her wrist. They didn't show the mug shot of none of these. You ain't see AlIison Mack mug shot. You ain't see Felicity Huffman mug shot. Lori Loughlin mug shot. You don't ever see none of their mug shots. They're gonna protect them. But you got women like Tawana Burke up there making like the black guys the face of all this debauchery and stuff. Who's the first one to yell rape and then come to find out it didn't happen? Think about it for a second. But the media is dancing around this one. And it's up to us who do put out websites and social media content is to keep bringing up AlIison Mack and them. Whether they like it or not. Because I'm going to be honest with you. The women that joined that cult, they weak-minded individuals. But at the same time, you don't see them on TV giving up a shitload of interviews. What happened to us is private. I guarantee if Keith Neal was a black man, he pimped her out. He was that cameras be everywhere. It's just a horrific story of these women. How do they persevere? Da 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 da.